My friends, I want to talk to you about RICARDO KISHNA and why I'm so thankful to the FM community and viewers like you. So, I, as an American, know a lot about the Premier League, or a lot is a term. I know some about the Premier League. I'm a Liverpool fan. I also love Sterling Albion in Scotland's League 2. But one of the things I love about Football Manager is getting an education and going around the world to different leagues and learning about players like Ravel Morrison that I didn't know about. And so a comment yesterday from Nick Van Riet really struck home. Nick is a longtime subscriber of mine, and he said, do you know RICARDO KISHNA's story? I was like, no. And this is what he had to say. Today, which was yesterday, so Saturday, KISHNA had his first match for ADO Den Haag after more than 3 years, 1,165 days of injury. After the final whistle, he burst out in tears because he was so happy he could play football again. Some really emotional stuff. So I'm going to put a link in the description to, I think it's a Fox Sports Netherlands. I think it was a tweet or an Instagram or something like that. He DM'd it to me. Because he is boo-hooing on the pitch, my friends, and it makes a lot of sense now when you go look at his career stats. You know, he was sold to Lazio for $4 million. Well, he didn't really play, right? And they loaned him, and he came back. Well, what happened was he got horrifically injured, apparently, right? Look at this injury history going back to 2011. He's had his cruciate ligaments 3 times. And then sprained knee ligaments. Well, I guess that's the same injury, isn't it? Or did he do two? Oh my gosh, someone tell me, don't tell me he had one of each leg. But I just wanted to share that with you because this is one of the things I love, my friends. And I also love that he then did this. Let me set the stage for you here. We're just coming off of a 4-0 loss to PSV. We are away from home against second place at the time, Feyenoord. We've already gotten a penalty in the 31st minute, something like that. So it's 1-0 to us. Really unexpected, you could say. And then RICARDO KISHNA does this. Brings it down. Double tackled. Forget the knee ligaments. I'm taking it. Kind of not great. Bounces it off the keeper and slots it home. And then, now we're ahead 3-0 because right before half, Leif Davis smashed home a shot from just inside the box. Ravel Morrison picks it up, plays it over to De Boer. Look at this. What is this? Tiki-taka? KISHNA, bang, into the corner. Thank you, sir. And then, 1 minute later, winning the ball back, it's Diaz on the wing. Can he pick out a pass? Crosses it over, KISHNA. Smashes it home. Can you, it was really impactful to me, Nick. Thank you for leaving that comment. We beat them 6-1. That's one reason it was impactful, but really because I was reading your comment here and I was looking at the Fox Sports thing right as I was playing this match. And KISHNA bangs home a hat trick. We beat Feyenoord 6-1. I could not believe it. And this is how we did it. We played a 4-3-3, and I really turned down the tempo. We went all the way, but it was still a balance. We didn't play counterattacking. Again, I'm not very good at counterattacking. If you got any tips about how to play counterattacking football, we might need them in the future. All that to say, welcome in, my friends, to episode 3. I think our goal this season is to get 35 points. And as you can tell, we're well on our way. Kind of unexpected. And that's what's also been interesting is I'm trying to figure out, the level of our squad and the level that our scouts are bringing in. We're getting a lot of 34-year-old available on a free transfer scout options. Maybe it's just agents going, those people look like they'll sign anybody. Look at that roster. There's so many new players. I'll throw my player in there. Maybe that's what's happening. But anyways, I will show you the results as to how we got here on 10 points. But I did want to give a shout out, my friends, to all of you. Viewers, Patreon members, and Discord community. In case you're not a part of that, Discord link is in the description. I got a lot of help from my community in launching this series. They gave me advice on thumbnails. I think we went through, I think it was 11. Somebody can confirm in the comments once this goes live. I think we had 11 different versions of the thumbnail because I didn't know where to put stuff. And then we eventually settled on the thumbnail that you're seeing now on this series. Lots of just love and support. Honestly, I've never had 2 videos. I'm going to check the stats live here. This is Saturday night that I'm checking this. I've never had 2 videos. One, I don't know if I've ever put out 3 videos in one day because I still have my Turf More Tiki Taka series that you could check out over there. But I've never had 3 videos come out and 2 of them do so well. So the ADO Den Haag series right now has, in the first 2 episodes, over 850 views and over 250 likes, which is absolutely insane. The first episode's on 160 likes. To give you a contrast, the Burnley save from the beta that I did has 1,162 views on episode 1 with 201 likes. The first episode of this series has 523 views and 160 likes. That's a much more healthy ratio. So it really just, as a creator, is like a boost of confidence. It's like, wow, all the time I spent staying up last night editing actually was worth it. So thank you so much for your support. Let's get this one to 100. This is like, I can't wait for this series. This is going to be awesome. So you might be asking yourself, why 35 points? Well, I looked up the stats from 2014 to present day. So starting in the 2014/15 season, this is the number of points you needed to survive without getting into the relegation playoffs, which, thanks to Mike in the comments for letting me know, that's kind of brutal because it's like 2 two-legged ties against the league below. So, starting in 2014/15, 32 points, 30 points, 34 with goal difference, I think, being the tiebreaker, 34 points, 34 points. If we can get to 35 points, I'm feeling fairly confident we survive. So, my friends, we have just gone in 6 games and gotten 10 of those, which only leaves us 25 to go. Feeling pretty good. We've drawn MVV Maastricht, which is the from the league below us. They finished 12th last season, but they're currently 3rd, which is not, as you might imagine, terrible. But let's go over the results here. We drew with FC20. I think it's 20. Keeper, kind of not great game for him. 6.2, I think you could say. They scored, we came back and equalized. RICARDO, KISHNA. Come on. I've got a favorite right now. I told you I had one based on the name. It was De Boer, but the guy that's had horrific injuries that is banging in goals for us, I think has to be a favorite. What do you think? Then we beat Willem 2, and they at the time are like, and I still think they are like 3rd or 4th, and we like kind of dominated them. It was kind of delicious. I'm not gonna lie, with a 3-0, Jonas, Yilton, and Gianni, yes, our ball-playing defender, getting the 3rd goal. Then I thought this friendly, because we had a gap here, and we've got so many players that we're trying to keep match sharpness up on. I was like, let's go ahead and make 20,000 euros in profit and get all those players some game time. They had a man sent off at the end of the first half, and we only beat them 2-1. But Iris Club Croy just is a fantastic name for a club, if you ask me. Then, as noted, we got absolutely smashed by PSV. Shaquille, and we're not going to say his last name because somebody sent me the how to pronounce that from the Dutch, and I'm afraid of demonetization on YouTube, so we're just going to call him Shaquille. We got smashed 4-0. He got yellow card accumulation. I did ease off his tackles and talk to him at halftime, and he still got sent off. Fantastic. But, I mean, honestly, it was already by that point 3-0, and I was like, oh, we're in damage limitation mode. Oh, and the other thing I noted from this game is we get 5 subs. Yeah, it's very helpful that not only to review the rules, because I actually did that. I reviewed the rules, but to actually remember 12 subs named, you can use 5. Now, I can't remember if that's just for this season because of the pandemic, or if that's a permanent thing. I guess we'll find out. Nothing really to report from the transfer standpoint. We have sold another youth prospect to MVV, so we're going to play him for 34.5 grand, and we've got some other sales lined up to kick in January. So we're essentially just starting to clear out that B team a little bit and being selective. We still have 16.9, almost 17 million in the bank. I've greatly reduced our transfer budget to 467,000 in order to boost our wage budget, because I was looking at a couple players, okay, that have relatively high wage demands. One of those, oh dear, one of those was Danny Williams, American. I know him, used to be at Huddersfield. Yes. I didn't realize that he had been all over the place in Germany and then coming over to England. But might have problems with injuries, poor intelligence on the football pitch, a lack of flair, competitive streak. Like, he's a hardworking, tireless midfielder according to the media. His wages were a little bit higher, at least what the agent was aiming for, like 7.25. Haha, agent. But his decision making and composure is not great. So it's like he's got great, like he's like the classic stereotypical American. He's got great physicals and he's terrible with the ball at his feet. Now, have you seen any of the new American prospects that are playing in Europe right now? Hello, Serginho Dest, you know, Weston McKennie, several, essentially all of the players that played in the the November friendlies. Let's go. Yeah, get in. So we're going to play just this game today. The draw is 2 days later. And then if that's assuming we get through the first round, we'll see how it goes. But the second round, if we get through, is in the middle of December. So we wouldn't go straight there, or we might actually go straight there. Maybe do like a VVV Venlo match with the cup. But I wanted to give you all those updates to start, and I want to talk about RICARDO KISHNA because I think that is just That's just very heartwarming to me. So, my friends, we are going to line up in a 4-2-3-1. They're playing a 4-1-4-1. So they're expecting us to be better than them. And because I think this cup run could be relatively important to us, I don't know about the income standpoint. We should probably check that. It's nothing too crazy. It's like $1 million if you win the semifinal match to get to the final. So it's like 30 grand and then 50 grand and 80 grand or something like that as you're going through the rounds. But just for morale and like accomplishing things and maybe improving our reputation ever so slightly, I'm not saying we're going to win it. Whoa. But just, you know, working our way towards being good is kind of the idea. Again, votes of confidence from the manager. But we have rotated because somebody did a great job of scheduling. We had a game 2 days before this, and we have a game, I think it's like 3 days after this. So it's like all smushed in together. Like, it has to be literally within a 7-day period. Let's smush all the games together. Fantastic. So KISHNA starts on the left, Morrison in the middle, and then lots of rotation. Shaq, because he had been suspended for his yellow card accumulation, red card, is going to take the central midfielder and defend. Davis is our left back. We left essentially our back line in place except for Van Ivik, giving him a game. And I'd love to get Kane Seedorf, which, my friends, we did talk about in the comments, is Clarence Seedorf's nephew. It's not his son, it's his nephew, but looks we need to extend his contract. Oh dear. That we will do. I will do that. All right, skip the team talk and the press conference or the tunnel interview and whatever. Didn't seem like it was that important. Straight to the game. Key highlights. Let's just bang in some goals and make it a short second half highlight. We can get out of here today. How about that? Nothing doing, my friends. They're going to be apparently hard to break. Are we going to lose on a counter? Oh, have I just called it again? We're going to go attacking, and I'm going to encourage the lads. Come on. So how's your day going? Seriously, I'm blown away by the support on this. Absolutely blown away. If you're not following me on Twitter, you're missing a lot of me going, this is incredible. Thank you for your support. But you should definitely follow me. And the Discord community is fantastic. We got people, again, I feel like I've talked about this with the Turf War Tiki Taka series recently, but because this is a new series, we've got channels that, sorry, I'm not talking to you, my phone, every time. We've got channels set up, not just for talking about my channel, obviously, like we've got folks that are saving, yes, they're sharing their own personal saves with Football Manager. We've got a Formula 1 channel, which I will be in tomorrow morning with the Bahrain race, and we're chit-chatting away. There is a Liverpool channel because today was painful. But it's an absolute blast. And so I don't know about you. I don't have anybody in my group of friends. I just realized the sound is off. That plays Football Manager from like people that I see. Not that my online friends and community are not friends, but like the people that I see outside of my house. So it's nice to be like, man, there's a group, like a large group of people hanging out and talking. This is great. I just absolutely love it. So, we got the tap in there off of the deflection. So it's 1-0. Don't let your performance levels drop. Looked down and uninspired. Are you confused? I mean, I already have had to have a conversation with Morrison because he had a, mate, I think we may not extend his contract. He had a 6.35 in training, and I was like, hey, up your game. And he's like, I don't think I need to up my game. And I was like, yeah, you do. I'm the manager. And he was like, well, I disagree. I'm like, well, fantastic. And now I've said, I'm happy with your performance tonight, and he's demotivated. I mean, I feel that's another story that as I'm learning more about the real squad, and the players that they brought in this year. That's another thing that kind of makes me a little sad is here's this guy who had all the potential in the world that Sir Alex Ferguson at one point said he was like the next coming of, I can't remember. He made his debut in like 2008 for Man United, one game, and that was it. So I don't know what's going on in his head, but it's not been fantastic. We're going to bring on Sammy Borod. I guess it's, I'm not a linguist by trade. Are you surprised by that? All right, my friends. Davis. Okay, gets it to Sammy. Shaquille. Rigo. Pings it. Oh, KISHNA. Oh, every time KISHNA gets it now, I'm going to be thinking about it. Oh, got it. Over the bar. Come on, boys. I'm going to demand more here late. Rigo is exhausted. Who wants to come on? There's so many options. Let's give it to Pascu. Just guessing. And you know what? I'm gonna make one more. Am I gonna make one more change? I think we're gonna take KISHNA off and bring on John Gossens, who's been injured, and Nikos Karelas. It's limited. I guess because it's the cup. That's fine. I'm fine with that. As long as you... Shaquille. We already had this talk once, bro. And it didn't work. Can you not go get sent off? 9 shots to none. 6 on target with a .98 XG, and it's going to finish 1-0. I mean, I guess that's how you want it to go. Sure. Again, you're against a small team. Things could have gone worse. We could have been upset today. What sort of impact do you think getting a goal just before halftime? Well, it was the winning goal. What do you expect me to say? Yep, it was kind of important. I clicked continue, and yet here we are again, my friends. Let me hop you. I'm gonna take you forward to the draw. Ooh, Kramer wants a new contract. Mate, it's generally not great to be falling apart physically when you're asking for a new contract. Let's ask Zwinkels if he could take care of it. Because he's, I think, a captain, vice captain? Captain? I should probably know that. He's unable to, you know what? I'm not dealing with that right now. Just because I played you in like 2 games, and then we had you start in the cup because I was trying to keep your match sharp, okay? Like, you might chill out a little. All right, it's time for the draw. Let's get right to it. Lots of teams available. No sense of going through all of them. Let's just click draw all teams. And we've got an FC Dordrecht. Also from the second division, and the division below us. How good are they, though? Oh, what a fall from grace. Promoted, relegated, and then, no higher than 13th since then. That is rough sledding. Currently 12th. We just beat 3rd. So that's pretty good news. That's gonna be on the 16th. So that's gonna be the next episode. We're gonna be Venlo and FC Dordrecht. Thank you again for your support. It really does mean a lot. I'm trying to make shorter, snappier episodes when I can, because if you're new around here, I do tend to ramble. So make sure, again, could we get 3 episodes to 100 likes? That'd be absolutely insane. Hit that subscribe button over there while you're at it, my friends. And later today, I will also have the next episode of that Turf More Tiki Taka coming out. If you never thought you'd see Burnley playing with the Tiki Taka style, well, I have news for you. Check it out. and we'll see you tomorrow with more of ADO Den Haag. Lots of stuff to practice, and good, because everything through practice.